Mother's Day, May 2009. I was sleeping in bed when I heard Mom and my stepdad discussing something very loudly. I wondered what it was, so I kind of woke up enough to listen and come to realize our yard had been flooded. I remember that I heard him talking about and it was around 7 o'clock. I remember that hear my stepdad say that when he first woke up, he looked out the window and he was half asleep and he saw the water and he said, "Oh my gosh, the water, it's in the driveway." Then he looked out again, he goes, "No, it's up by the car. It's on the car." So that's what they were discussing when I heard them, talking. So I got up because I had to see this because I couldn't believe that we were flooded. So by the time I got into the kitchen, I heard a knock on the back door. It was my stepdad's cousin Rachel, who lived up on a hill. She'd come down and tell us, you need to get out of the house because it's getting higher and it may get in the house. So we grabbed up some stuff and I made sure to grab my camera. Went out the back door. The water was already getting up back there as well. We headed up the hill. So we climbed up the hill and went to his cousin Rachel's house, and once we got up there, you could look down and see all the water just as far as you could see water. I remember there was one little spot that on the road that didn't have any water in it, so we walked down her driveway and we were able to walk back and forth on that spot to go and see the trailer and what it was looking like. And I remember we went up to her house and we were there probably 5 to 10 minutes. Then when we went in there to look, and within the time we walked up the hill and waited those 5 or 10 minutes, the water had risen from on the car's headlights up to, there was probably maybe 6 inches of the car showing, and that was it. It was almost covered over. I remember our propane tank was just floating. It was floating on the water. It was there. It was kind of an amazing thing to see. I know it was awful, but it was an amazing thing just to experience. When the water subsided and we were able to see what was left over, we saw that it had carried our garbage bin from the driveway all the way to the road. And there's mud left everywhere, sand left everywhere. Our driveway was covered and they had to be dug back out. But the surprising thing in all of it was the house wasn't ruined. The house had no touch of water damage inside of it. The only water that really in it was there was some water in the vents, and that was it, which was really a blessing because we had no flood insurance, so we wouldn't have been able to get anything fixed. That was the blessing, is that the house was okay, even amongst all that water. But who would have thought that night we went to bed at midnight to keep from having to sit through no electricity, to wake up at 7 o'clock just 7 hours later with a flood.